Welcome to This Week in Vegas, a Bettors View. This is Marco D'Angelo along with Vegas Runner. Each and every week, we're going to sit here and just chat about what's going on the last week here in Vegas, the weekend, the games, what's coming up, and, it's free flow. We just shoot the breeze. And, guys, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask us,
topics,
do it. Go into, post a comment, on our forums or here at the video. When you see it, you can post a comment. And we'll talk about it next week. This is an open show. You guys can dictate what we talk about. And Vegas Runner, a couple weeks ago, we talked about all the favorites in the NFL.
Bookie's Revenge Sunday.
We sat here and said every year this thing comes back to the norm and it balances the books. We started to see the changing of the guard last week.
You put enough double-digit NFL favorites out there, especially road favorites, and sooner or later, dogs are going to bark. I mean, betting the favorites has turned a profit, but last week, books made out extremely well. I mean, parlays got killed, teaser bets got killed. Nothing was cashing for the players last week.
Only two favorites got the money last week on the Sunday card. Yep. Monday night, the Steelers got it. We'll talk about Pittsburgh a little later in the show.
And believe it or not, Atlanta-Washington was split money. The books were saying, that was a game they didn't get hurt on, that the favorite won. And the same with the Detroit game. There wasn't that much volume on them two games. So they cleaned up.
Who wants to bet a Washington or a Detroit game?
Exactly.
At this point in time.
There wasn't much volume on the games that the favorites did get the number.
Talking about what's going on this week, I got to talk about you. The room is hot. We're taping. We got all these lights, and then I got this guy sitting next to me. He is, just throwing the heat off. 7-0 Saturday college football. Congratulations!
Thanks, Marco.
Super day college football last week. NBA, you're off and running. I mean, the early season, the lines are soft. Vegas got to.
All the attention is elsewhere. It's all on the NFL and it's all on college. And NBA gets so little volume. They also only have so many hours to put out a number that I've been able to be extremely selective and just pick off spots. I mean, the approach of betting a lot of games early because the numbers are off, I think that's the difficult way to approach it. I think you could just sit back, pick some spots where they're way off and cash a lot more tickets that way. And we've just happened to be able to do it with the best bets that have the numbers been so off. The last few have come close, but so they're getting sharper.
A win is a win.
I'm trying number 8 tonight.
This guy's, his top plays, those 3-star plays, everybody waits for him. He's released 7 3-star plays in the NBA thus far. Perfect 7-0 guy. You're seeing everything well right now. And you've got a big announcement. I think you have a game coming this Saturday.
Game of the year in college football, man. You know me. I don't like to put titles on games. And I'm the first to admit, I just lost my World Series game of the year. Mm-hmm. I hit my baseball 5-star game of the year, and I lost my World Series one. That was just a week ago or so. It isn't about labels to me, Marco. The bottom line is I'm stepping up and making a big bet on this game. And because I'm honest with my guys, I'm not going to be afraid to name it out there and put out a 5-unit play just because I lost my last one.
Right.
If I'm going to bet it this way, they got to write the note. They're paying for it. So I could have took the pussy way out and just put it out as a 3-star when I went 7-0 last week. You're going to sell regardless. You don't have to name a game of the year to sell a play.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a great card on Saturday. I know I'll be waiting to see who you use.
Thanks, brother.
Put a little pesos down myself there. There's not many guys that I actually respect their plays. I mean, in this business, everybody's got an ego, and I mean, you have to have that moxie. And I mean, if you don't you're the best handicapper in the world, you're in the wrong in the wrong business. But I know I respect your plays, and
thank you. And I always do yours as well.
It's absolutely, and we'll be doing that. Monday Night Football this week.
That was a good time. And thanks, honestly, Sunday night, they came out in full force for my chat. That was awesome. I had friends that came over. My cousin from Philly's out here and stuff. So we had Eagles fans in the house and watching the game. And having all the guys from the forum, it felt like we were at the card house back in Philly, and just everyone just talking about the game. It was awesome. And then Monday night coming up to your house and doing the exact same thing, that was a good time.
Well, man. We had, Monday night.
Mr. Pittsburgh, why didn't I just tell you, bro?
Well, a great game. And I'll tell you, I mean, I struggled with that game a long time. I don't. Guys think, Mr. Pittsburgh, when I make a play, that it's automatically I'm on Pittsburgh, and that's not the case.
No, I wouldn't have won either way. I'll tell you straight. I couldn't justify Pittsburgh being a 3-point road favorite, so obviously I was way mistaken because they were justified being a 7-point road favorite the way they looked. So I was off regardless, and that's why I didn't even bother putting Denver, because I did respect your play, and not to throw it out there now, but my free play this week is on a Pittsburgh Notre Dame game, and I know you haven't made a selection on that game, and regardless, I'm going to have to, I have a free play on it, but I'm going to want to see what you're doing Saturday, just to build my confidence. If you're on it, better. If you're not, I got to dig deeper.
It's going to be a game.
Them schools, bro. When it comes to Pittsburgh,
I tell you what. This is a week that I wish I was back in Pittsburgh. I mean, my fiance told me last night, too, why don't you jump on a plane and fly back for the weekend?
Dude, he knows his Pittsburgh team. Pitt
Notre Dame on Saturday night at Heinz Field, 8:00, and then Sunday. The Steelers in Cincinnati for first
what
place.
Weekend.
They'll be at the parking lot at Heinz Field Saturday. They'll still be there Sunday morning just for the Steeler game.
Our Marquez went to the Denver game Monday night, and he was telling me as many Pittsburgh fans as Denver fans. I mean, they're everywhere, boy.
And, this one thing I will tell you guys about Pittsburgh. There is not a better traveling team in the NFL than the Pittsburgh Steelers. No matter what stadium they go to.
Yeah, they're comfortable, dude.
There's always Pittsburgh.
They don't feel like that much the visitor, dude.
I mean, there was times in that game on Monday night whenever Pittsburgh made a big play, the crowd was almost as loud for Pittsburgh as they were for Denver.
For the whole weekend, the city was filled with Steeler jerseys, them walking around in full force. Pittsburgh's, they're the America's team pretty much. Dallas, Pittsburgh.
The terrible towels were out.
The AFC and NFC, Dallas and Pittsburgh.
But about the Pittsburgh game, I am actually going to have a play on that Pitt Notre Dame game.
I can't wait to see what you're going to take.
It's going to be a play it's going to be a premium play Saturday. And,
maybe you'll have the total, and then I could have a parlay.
There you go. You go. We'll see what. I'll be sure to let you know.
You've given out totals too with the Pittsburgh.
We've given out a ton of totals.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had as many plays against Pittsburgh teams
as you have on,
as I've had on,
and totals over and unders.
Over unders, and so Saturday's play setting up. I'll confirm it on Friday, but the things I'm getting out of Pittsburgh, we're going to have a big play on Saturday night. So
college basketball's coming too. Even more work for the bookmaker.
Absolutely. And it gives me a couple more Pittsburgh teams. I got Pitt to look at. I got my Duquesne in there. Yes, sir. So good stuff. Monday night it was. RJ was at the house, and we watched the game, and it just was.
We played a freeze-out poker tournament at the end.
And we'll talk about somebody that's not on the show right at the moment. He'll be on the podcast later.
Was the first to run into the brick wall.
But it was a good time. A lot of food, drink, and chatting with the guys on the forums. We like that. Take advantage of those live chats. It's a good time to.
I appreciate it when they come out, man.
Interact with the handicappers, ask questions, get inside their heads, and
so many new members too. Guys that you're meeting for the first time, and it's good. It's a good time.
And one last thing, we're wrapping up. We've got under a minute. VR, did you happen to get to see the ESPN special last night
on Jimmy the Greek? No. Because I was doing my True Steam blog, and I put so much work into it, I couldn't have that distraction. So I taped it, and I'm going to enjoy it tonight when I get home later this evening.
Great night for ESPN.
He was my idol. Other kids idolized like Babe Ruth. I'd idolize Jimmy the Greek Snyder.
Hey, we all wanted to be the guys.
My mom's like, what's the matter with
They did a good job with that. Hey, that wraps up this week in Vegas. This show,
thanks for coming out.
We love it. Free flow, VR. Marco, we'll be back next week.
Alcoto this week. I'm giving out a winner.
All right. Talk to you guys next week. This is This Week in Vegas, a Bettors View.